What is going on, you guys? Shantae Long back with another video, and today we're going to be focusing on Libra. So if you were born between September 23rd and October 22nd, this video is about you. You are a Libra. The scales. The number that's associated with the word Libra is the number 6. And what does the number 6 represent? The number 6 represents love. When you look at the number 6, it's actually pregnant. It's a pregnant number. It's pregnant with love. Now, 6 is the most loving of all numbers, okay? And that's because 6 is ruled by Venus. And it just so happens that Libra is also ruled by Venus as well. So what does this tell you about Libra? Now, 6 is very loving. 6 is very refined. 6 loves anything that is beautiful and harmonious and peaceful. And this is why 6 actually, they actually make the best caregivers. They make the best mothers. 6 is actually known as the divine mother because it is pregnant with love. It's a pregnant number. They make great parents, and this represents Libra very well because 6 can actually take something ugly and make it beautiful. And this says a lot about Libra as well, because Libras have a tendency to cultivate beauty. They make incredible stylists, that's cosmetologists and wardrobe stylists. They make incredible makeup artists, because also too, having that Venus and being ruled by that 6 energy, Venus is artistic. Venus loves art, poetry, music, art museums, the aquarium. What else does it tell you about Libras? 6 is diplomacy, and Libras are the epitome of diplomacy intact. They understand that there is a right time and a right place to say everything. When they do have to say something that's not so pleasant or that's kind of mean, they find the best words, they find the best time, and they find the best way to say it to you so that it does not come off mean or hurtful, because Libras hate to hurt people. Libras are very peaceful. They actually fight for the underdog. They hate to see other people getting hurt as well. So they don't fight for much because they're not fighters, they're lovers. Libras are definitely lovers and not fighters, but they will fight for injustice. Libras have a very strong sense of justice. They're very fair-minded, and they want to see everyone being treated fairly and everyone being loved. And when they see injustice, it upsets them This is the one thing that can piss a Libra off. Like, a Libra will go from 0 to 60 real quick if they see somebody getting bullied. They rule the scales of justice, so they are very just. How do you spot a Libra? Libras they're probably dressed very well. They probably have a very graceful walk. They're probably more than likely they're talkative. They're charming when they speak as well. They tend to have very attractive voices. A Libra's probably talking to someone that no one else would ever talk to. They're probably talking to the nerd or the underdog or the person that people are like, why are they? This person's a loser. Like, a Libra will talk to that person. A Libra will befriend this person. A Libra will strike up a conversation because Libras know that every single person is unique. Or they have a genuine interest in people. They want to get to know you. They love people. This is all types of people. A Libra gets along with everybody. This is why they tend to have a lot of friends, associates, and people really like them because they don't judge. They're very open and friendly, and they'll strike up a conversation with anybody. Libras are those type of people that you tell all your problems to. If you're a Libra, you've probably been somewhere and like at a party or something, or an outing, and someone just comes up to you and starts telling you their whole life story. You're just like, what the? But people feel this comfortable with you. People feel so comfortable with you. They want to share their stories with you because Libra shows that interest. They're very psychological and they're very cerebral. So they're very in tune with people, and they're really interested in knowing why people do what they do. So they also make great psychologists as well, because of this interest in people. Libras are very exotic looking. All the Libras that I know, they have very large eyes usually. Their eyes are usually very beautiful and very alluring. They're actually known for their eyes. How to spot a Libra too? They have very alluring and enchanting eyes, and their eyes are usually very large and childlike. Venus makes them very beautiful, and even if Libra is not physically attractive, they have a beautiful spirit. If you know a Libra that's not particularly cute, you'll notice that they have a beautiful spirit, that they're very jovial, they're very friendly, they're very easy to talk to, easy to get along with, fun to be around. They still exude that inner beauty. Like I said, Libras are lovers and not fighters, and this Libras are the most loving sign, aside from I would say aside from Taurus, because they're also ruled by Venus as well. But Libra loves being in love. I mean, they love the idea of love. They love the butterflies in their stomach. They love new love. They're always in search of love. Even Libra children, you'll notice that they're very loving and they're very eager to please, and they want balance and harmony. They're very good children, and they're very well mannered, and they can play by themselves, and they're peaceful, and they're not real destructive. You'll notice this very early in life with Libra children. They just want to love. They're just very loving, and they're always in search of love. This can cause a lot of different things. This can cause Libras to be big whores, because Venus is in charge of sex, love, money, relationships, beauty, all those things. So Libras can be big whores because Libras like to have sex. Libras are but they're not but Libras are the lady in the street and the freak in the bed kind of women, kind of individuals. Men too, but men can be a little on the wild side. But especially Libra females, they prefer to be only wild and like slutty behind closed doors. They're not going to do that in front of everybody because they're very classy, and they're very ladylike, and they're very poised, and they want people to see them this way as well. So this can make them big whores. Libras can be very promiscuous. They can have a lot of different boyfriends and girlfriends. They can be in a lot of different relationships. Libra is either in a relationship, getting out of a relationship, or going into a relationship. Libras are all about relationship because they rule the 7th house, and the 7th house is relationships. And so Libras like being in a relationship. They actually have challenges with being alone. They don't like being alone. They like to be in a partnership. This is what they're all about. This is what they rule. They rule partners. They rule relationships. They rule couples, and they rule groups. So Libras like to be in a group. They like to be in a couple. They like to be paired up with somebody. They work best in a relationship. Now they can work well alone, but Libra prefers to work in a group. They're a team player. They want to be part of the team. And when Libra is in a relationship with somebody, they are all about you. Libra is going to be the sign that upgrades you. Like if you're with a Libra and you break up with them, you'll notice that like it's really hard to find that energy again in another person. You're like, damn, this person is just not like the Libra that I had. Or because a Libra is going to be the best at a relationship. They rule relationships, so you'll never find a better partner than this. Some signs can come close, but Libra rules this domain. Libra rules this realm. So in relationships, they are the best. They are compromising as hell, almost too much, to the point where they compromise their own needs and their own happiness sometimes for their partner. This gets them in a lot of trouble because Libra likes to be in a relationship so much. They don't want to be alone. They'll only break up with you if they have somebody on the side. If they have somebody on the side, then they'll probably break up with you. If they got a side chick or like a side dude, they'll break up with you. They'll be quick to leave. But if they don't have that, they ain't going nowhere because they do not want to be alone, and they do not want to compromise being comfortable either. Especially if a Libra is totally dependent on you. If you're taking care of a Libra, they're not going to compromise being comfortable because a Libra is always going to be comfortable. What is Venus? Venus is a princess. Libras are princesses. They're like so prissy and so girly and feminine, and so and Libra, this tells you that Libras love luxury. They love luxury shit, luxury clothes, cars, furnishings. They love fine dining, fine wine, anything fine, really. They're very luxurious about everything. They want everything to be luxurious because they're a princess. If it's anything less than luxury, Libra will complain. Oh my God, because they are so spoiled. They're so spoiled, and they have a very spoiled nature and spoiled demeanor about them. They're known as the Zodiac gold diggers because they like luxury, and they don't want to accept anything else. If you don't have money, or if you can't buy them nice things, they probably won't treat you nice. I mean, even though Libras are very friendly and Libras get along with everybody, they prefer to be around people of high status. They prefer to be with men who are well off. They want someone who can take care of them. Libras are aware that they have expensive taste. This goes for men and women. Libras have expensive taste. even without them knowing it, even without a Libra knowing they have expensive taste, they do. A Libra woman may not know anything about cars, but you'll take her to a car lot and she'll just pick out a Benz, or she'll just pick out a Jaguar because it's pretty. I want that one, it's pretty. I want the shiny one, I want the pink one, and it's $100,000. You're like, what the hell? But this is her taste naturally. Libras naturally have expensive taste. It's totally by accident. Like, they don't mean to do this. They don't mean to pick the most expensive thing, but this is what they like. This is what they are attracted to, luxuries. Libras know this, so they seek out partners who are well off, who are established, who can take care of them, who can supply this need for luxury and to be spoiled and to be someone's princess or to be someone's prince. Okay, so they need this. Libras also need a partner that is adventurous and intelligent, because Libras are cerebral. Libras are very highly intellectual. They are the cerebral sign. They're actually the only sign that's represented by an inanimate object and not a human being or an animal. So this is very interesting as well. This shows a lack of emotion. This shows aloofness. This shows detachment. So Libras have a tendency to be unemotional. They have a tendency to be detached. Even though they can relate to everybody, Libras can relate to anyone. And this is so interesting because they do have a lack of emotion, but yet they can be empathetic. They can relate to you, and they won't judge you. They'll hear your story. They'll offer sincere feedback, and they'll have a genuine interest, and they'll genuinely care about you. But they are unemotional. They tend to be a little bit aloof. They're cerebral, so they tend to operate through the mind. They tend to be more mental than emotional. So be intelligent. Have a lot to talk about. Libras like to talk. They like conversation, good conversation. They can pretty much talk about anything. So just have a lot to talk about. Be very learned, well-read, because Libras are well-read and they're well-spoken. If you look at the word library, the word Libra is in the word. So this tells you Libras love to read. Libras possess a lot of knowledge. Libras need variety. They are not a sign of routine. Like, this is an air sign. You can't trap air. You can't tie it down. It's free. It's free flowing. So the Libra has to be free flowing. It needs variety. It needs change, and sameness bores them. Mundane shit bores them. They just hate boring shit. Libras need excitement. They need freedom to make choices. If they don't have variety, Libras tend to get very, very depressed and down. If you are dealing with a Libra and you're not a person that likes to get out and do things, and you're kind of a homebody, they're going to be very depressed, and they're going to be operating on the negative side of those scales. Libras are always tipping back and forth between between their scales, so they're always searching for that balance. But in order to have that balance, they need variety. They need spontaneity. You're not going to get to see the true nature of a Libra, which is beautiful and exciting and charming and intellectual. You're going to get this depressed, very angry. Libras can be passive aggressive because they're not confrontational. Libras are very peaceful, but they're also very fair. And if they feel like you're treating them unfair, taking them for granted, they can be very passive aggressive. And Libras are very calculating because they're cerebral. They're very smart. So they will really fuck your life up. This is where this indecision works well for them, when they want to fuck your life up and they want to be calculating. They'll weigh the pros and cons of shit forever. Like, they'll plan everything out to a T. They'll map out every contingency of this master plan, right? And in this passive aggressive way, they'll fuck you over. Libras need variety in their sex life. Because believe it or not, Libras are undercover like nymphos. Libras Libras like to fuck. Like, Libras like to fuck. Like, I have to say it like that, because they do, and they like to do, like, now don't forget, like, Libra, on the opposite end there's Aries, so that Aries is always in there, hidden. So they can be very crazy in the bedroom. Libras are very playful lovers. They love to play, and they love to joke, and they love to tease in the bedroom. And the women, they can be very wild. Like, Libra women, like, they're so feminine on the outside, and they're such ladies, and they're so classy, and they're so, yes, mannerable and stuff like that. But in the bedroom, they're like they'll take their clothes off, crotchless underwear on, and nipple piercings and tattoos on their cooch and all types of freaky crazy stuff. You'd be like, wow, this is crazy. Libras love to be seduced. They love to be especially Libra women, they love to be manhandled, kind of. And they usually choose mates who are larger than them, because Libras love a man to tower over them. So they usually choose men who are very tall or who are much bigger than them, because Libras want to feel delicate. They want to feel protected. So they choose men who are tall or men who are much bigger than they are. Because they like to be dominated in the way. They like a man to be to dominate them, especially in the bedroom. A Libra woman may want you to hold her down or choke her, smack her ass, or pull her hair, or call her a whore. Just a lot of dominant behavior. They might even be into dominatrix, submissive, dom type of thing. Tie me up, spank me. They may be into this thing because they like to be dominated. They like to be seduced, and they like to be charmed. So the men as well, not so much dominated, but they like to dominate. They like to throw you on the bed and just fuck you. You know what I mean? So this is a Libra. They're very interesting. This is that Venus energy working inside them. They can be big whores, but Libras are also very loyal. Surprisingly, they're very loyal signs, especially if you're good to them. If you treat Libra fair, if Libra's good to you and you are good to them in return, Libra's going to be so loyal to you. They're going to be so good to you, man. They're going to take care of you. The relationship is always going to be improving. Relationships continue to improve if you are with a Libra. They're always going to make sure the relationship is optimal. They're always going to make sure that everything is balanced and harmonious in the relationship. They can kind of read their partners, and they can anticipate your needs. So they're going to make the best girlfriends, the best boyfriends. They're going to wait on you hand and foot. They're going to compromise. They're going to be there for you. They're going to be sweet and soft and kind to you. If you are kind to them. If you betray them, if you betray their trust, if you take them for granted, if you treat them unfair, they can be the most fucking savage people you will ever meet. They're going to start being mean as fuck. They're gonna blatantly show their disinterest in you. They're gonna they might even brag about other people flirting with them, or just do things on purpose just to fuck with you or fuck with your head. They may be very flirtatious, because Libras are very social. They're social butterflies, so they can pretty much spark a conversation with anybody. And people will be into this shit. Like, a Libra will just walk up to you and start talking. You'll be so into the conversation already. Like, okay, yeah. So they might be super flirtatious. They're gonna display their displeasure in very it can be very cruel ways. Libra males in particular, they are blessed with this they're blessed with this kind of lazy charm about them. It's kind of effortless charm, you know, effortless sex appeal. Libra men are very sexy. Even if they're not physically attractive, they have a lot of sex appeal. They have a lot of swag, and they tend to attract people without even knowing it. I kind of have that Cancer thing going on, because they're very mysterious and they have all this swag and sex appeal. And they can be very charming in the way they speak to you. They tend to have very sexy voices. Some can be very deep and monotone, and also they're very sharp. They just say the right things, especially the males. They have a way with words. Okay. Libra men are known to be cheaters, only because they're so charming and they're so flirtatious, and they love women. Okay, so they're ruled by Venus. So they are the prince of, if Libra women are the princess, Libra men are the prince. So they love women. They're your knight in shining armor. They're your prince. They're very handsome. They're very stately and well dressed, and they smell good and they talk good, and they have these graceful walks about them. So they just kind of sweep you off your feet. They're known to be kind of cheaters. Libra men get bored easily. All men do, but Libra men especially, because they need variety. Once again, I cannot stress that enough. Libras need variety above all. Libra men can be hard to please, just like their opposite counterpart, the Aries. They both can be hard to please. Libra men too, because of that need for variety, and because they need a woman who's sweet and has a gentle nature, and who's also very sharp and has a keen mind. And this is very rare. This is not easy for them to find all the time. They usually, and because Libra men, they like to have sex, and they like variety, and they need that spontaneous adventure all the time. They may have a lot of empty pursuits. Like, he ends up being disappointed in the end because he's always on a quest for this perfect mate. Libra women as well, they're always on a quest for this perfect mate, this mate who is adventurous and intelligent and gentle and kind and sweet and loyal, and they do not always get that because at the same time they're searching for sex. Libras are known to be vain. They are vain. Libra women are vanity vampires. I feel like they live, like, the vanity gives them life. Like, vanity is their life juice. Like, Libras are kind of obsessive about looking good. They always have to look good no matter where they're going. Even if it's just outside on the front porch, they be doing their eyebrows and makeup and, you know, making sure their hair is good. They can be very vain and materialistic. This can make them very shallow, become judgmental. They become too vain, and they become very superficial. And it's kind of because they feel pressured to. And Libras are people pleasers, and they want to make everybody happy, and they want harmony, and they want balance. So balance comes when everyone's happy, but it's impossible to make everyone happy. Libra, you can't make everybody happy. It's just not going to happen. So Libra, they almost feel pressure to look good. They almost feel pressure to be perfect. They almost feel pressure to be these princesses and these princes because people put them on a pedestal. Even if they want to go out and just look kind of plain, they feel pressured to look good. Libras give really sound advice. If you need sound advice, if you want someone to genuinely care about your situation, go to a Libra. Talk to them. Tell them your problems, because Libras are natural counselors. They're natural psychologists. They are cerebral. They are people persons. They love people. They are very fascinated by people and people's stories. So talk to them. They are the best at spreading love. Libras love nature. Libras love the sound of water. They may enjoy fishing, camping. They just love being in nature. They love anything beautiful. They have no issue traveling long distance. These signs love to drive. They love to drive long distances. Libras are highly passionate. If you know any Libras, you'll notice that they talk, they speak with a lot of passion. They may speak with their hands a lot, or they may speak with a lot of force or a lot of conviction. This may come off like they're yelling at you or they're talking at you, but they're just very passionate when they speak. Libras are the sign that is terrified of poverty. Libras are very afraid to be poor. They're very afraid to be impoverished. They often worry about money a lot, where their money's coming from. They often worry that they don't have enough money, or they worry they're not going to be comfortable. They're always worried that their comfortability is going to be compromised, and they hate this. A lot of their security and a lot of their confidence is attached to money. They hate to be broke. Like, Libras, when they are broke, they are not happy. They are depressed. They are hard to deal with. They are hard to please. Just give them some money. Just throw the money at them, because, like, seriously, I mean, when they're broke, they're just not happy campers. Like, Libras need to have money. Libras need luxury. Libras need to be comfortable. They're spoiled brats. What can I say? Now, how to make a Libra fall in love with you? Be romantic. Libras love to be romanced, and they love to be romantic. Treat them like a lady. Open their doors. Tell them how beautiful they are. Compliment their clothes. Take them to a nice restaurant. Buy them fine wine. Buy them jewelry. Don't this is a sign that's ruled by Venus, so don't be cheap. Don't buy them anything cheap. Don't take them to any cheap restaurants. Don't have cheap conversation. You don't look cheap. Don't pick them up in a cheap car. Just don't be cheap at all. Libras like attention, and they love company. Like I said, Libras rule relationship. They rule couple. They like to be in a group. So give them attention, give them affection, give them your company. Keep them company when they're doing, just mundane things like putting on their makeup, or when they're cutting the grass, or if they're cooking. Just keep them company and talk to them. They like that. Libras love art, so take them out. Be artistic. Write them poetry. Make sex a game for them. Make sex a game. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Make it exciting, because Libras are playboy bunnies. Spank them. Pull their hair. Throw them down. be cute in your romantic gestures. Like if you like a Libra and you want to get their attention, don't be so typical. Be original in your approach, because Libras love originality. So don't come at them with the same lines, doing the same things. Like, be new, be creative. Like write them a song, write them a poem, write them a little cute love note and leave it in their lunch bag. Be creative in showing your affection to them. Be decisive, okay? Because Libra is indecisive, and actually this really irritates a Libra when someone's indecisive. When you're straddling the fence and you can't make a decision, Libra might get really irritated with you, because Libras are very impatient, don't like to wait. They're opposed to waiting, just like their counterpart Aries. So make a decision and make it quick. Like, don't make them wait forever, especially if it's something small, like where do you want to eat? Just choose a place. Like, 'cause Libras doesn't want to pick, they don't give a damn. Just choose a place, they just want to fucking eat. Seriously. Like, a Libra doesn't care. A Libra is very laid back, very lackadaisical. They prefer that you make the decisions because they don't fucking want to. This exhausts them. Like, if it's not a huge major decision, just make the decision for them. They're gonna respect you so much more for this. But if you're asking them every single thing, if you're like, where do you want to eat? Okay, what size do you want? Where do you want to sit? Where should I park? Like, they don't fucking know. And honestly, they don't care. They just want you to make a decision and do it fucking quickly so we can eat or get on with whatever we're doing. They don't like that. They hate this shit. So be decisive and just make decisions for them. They will not mind at all. Now it's like, hey hun, what house should we buy? That's different. But it's like, oh, where should we go for dinner? Like, they don't know and they don't care. Just choose a place, please. Because if you ask them, you're gonna be waiting forever. This is gonna frustrate them because they feel pressure, because you're waiting on them, and they hate to be rushed and making a decision. Just make the fucking decisions for them, please, because they prefer this. Talkative. Libras need communication. They're cerebral. Have variety in your conversation. Talk about different things. Just keep the conversation going, because Libras are bored very quickly. So just say something. Talk about the fucking weather if you have nothing to talk about. A Libra needs constant mental stimulation. Last but not least, be loving. Don't judge people. Let people be who they are, because Libras are gonna let you be you. Libras, they don't judge people for their character. They may judge you for your clothes. They may judge you for your hair, your makeup, but they're not gonna judge you for your character. Like, if you let people be them, be loving, just love people for who they are. Libra's really going to respect this. They don't respect people who judge and who are jealous and who are always tearing other people down. Just love people and lift them up. If you love people, Libra's going to love you. Okay, so that is my video about beautiful Libra. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Alignment Speaks for more videos like this. Thank you.